If you watched my last video, you know that the crows wouldn't let me be great in that video. I'm really hoping they will let me be great in this one. And yes, I am filming back to back, okay? Making it happen. Do we recall, though, when I spoke on tariffs, the effects that they would have, especially on footwear and apparel, because they were heavily affected by the tariffs in place? I was told that I was crazy and that this wouldn't do anything, right? That brands would never pass along the cost to consumers, and they also wouldn't really feel a hit, even though Adidas stock has been down because they are taking like a $200 million hit thanks to these tariffs. How do I know? Because I can see it in my portfolio. But then also that, again, this wouldn't affect people. Companies will be fine. Will they now? Because we have a headline on Business of Fashion that says SSENSE to file for bankruptcy protection after creditors push for sale. Do you remember SSENSE? Now, I haven't done a Fear of God pickup in God knows how long because it's just not what I'm doing anymore. And that's for a number of reasons, right? One, it just has to do with the fact, again, I said earlier, you get to a point where you have enough essentials, right? They're essentials. They're the things that you need to fill the staples in your wardrobe. Like I did that over and over again. Why on earth do I need to keep buying every single drop? How many gray sweats do I need? Okay. So that was one reason why I stopped. Another reason, and I've had this discussion with somebody else, very big supporter, really appreciate him all the time, in that the price point that Jerry decided to go to for so many of these items, it just didn't sit right in my soul. It didn't. Now, there's always a price that somebody's willing to pay. So some of you are still willing to pay those prices for whatever Jerry is putting out. I am simply not willing to do it anymore. Okay. I even looked at the price of a few things from his recent drop because, of course, he continues to have releases. I looked at it. My brother in Christ, $70 for a t-shirt. That, again, is going to be like the most basic of basic t-shirts. The way I feel right now, I would rather just pay the extra $30 and go buy a WNBA jersey to support one of my favorite players. I would. That's just where I stand. You can even find them on sale. I think it's like Dick's Sporting Goods or somebody's actually having a sale right now where they're only like $70. So I would rather do that because just a t-shirt for $70, I don't see the value personally. And that's just for me. If you see it for you, I love that for you. I just don't see it for me right now. The items that I think are really nice from his recent collections, I would say, are the Merino wool items and the waffle knit items. And I'll throw those on screen so you have an idea of what I'm referencing. But I think the Merino wool items are really, really nice. I think those are pieces that you can easily dress up, dress down. I think they can even elevate an outfit that is dressed down. Even if you choose to wear sneakers, Timberlands, something that isn't dressier, I think the Merino wool is a really nice touch. Playing around with textures and different fabrics can do a lot for your outfit. You can throw on that Merino wool sweater, like any number of the tops, with like some cargo pants, and it will change the entire vibe versus you just throwing on a regular t-shirt. That's just my personal opinion in terms of style and how I would choose to style it. Now, would I look to see if there are other Merino wool options that may not cost me the same price, but give me the same look, the same feel, same fit maybe, but just at a lower price? Yes, I would. So I may do that, not immediately rushing out to do that, but I would possibly do that. So, okay, let's just take a look though at this. So it says the Canadian luxury e-tailer told employees on Thursday that the filing was necessary as tariffs took an unexpected toll on the business. So if you didn't know, they are located in Canada. So based on changes that went into place, heavily affected the amount of goods that people are willing to order from SSENSE because of the added cost. So in terms of duties and taxes that you'll have to pay, because again, if you look at a tariff, it is a tax on the imported good itself. The imported goods for me were all of the essentials items or Fear of God items that I would order from SSENSE. People will order a number of designer things from SSENSE. The shipping was really, really fast. The really nice thing that came from an SSENSE order for Fear of God versus ordering on Fear of God's website, if you know, they have final sale things. What if it doesn't fit? What if I don't like it? It's like a final sale item. It better be. You gotta be certain. Like I did a final sale item on the duck boots. I don't know if you guys remember that. They were so uncomfortable on my feet. They hurt so much. I just had to get rid of them. So don't do final sale items on high ticket items. Don't do final sale items if you don't already know how the item is going to fit. So we're just going to get into the details here. It says they attributed Essence's bankruptcy to the Trump administration's trade policies, which have imposed 25% tariffs on goods imported from Canada. The closure of the de minimis exemption, which allowed packages worth less than $800 to enter the U.S. duty free, came as a surprise to Essence. They didn't know that that change would go into effect, and went into effect on Friday, or scheduled to go into effect Friday. So technically when I'm filming this. So they said its sales fell 28% year over year in the first half of 2025. That's major. That's not little. That is major. It said in May it laid off more than 100 employees across departments. Nike just announced that later in September, mid-September, technically early September, so in about 2 weeks, they're going to lay off another 1% of their corporate employees. Minnesota Timberwolves have already done layoffs. Like, you're going to see layoffs continue to happen in what are considered luxury goods, luxury lanes, which would be sports as entertainment and fashion. As things continue to get difficult in this country, cost of living is still really high. Layoffs are going to continue to happen. Just expect it. It's going to get way worse. Way worse. It is. So they are looking to, they said, operate as usual, keep paying salaries, and they are trying to fight this in court because they want to restructure their debt. So if you're filing bankruptcy, it's truly to just cease all operation and be done, or it's to restructure your debt so you can continue to operate. They want to restructure the debt, continue to operate. They don't want this to shut down. However, the entity that actually owns it is like, no, we're selling and we want to be done with this altogether. So it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out in court. But this is a testament that actions have consequences, and we're going to continue to see them. So I'm curious, are you someone that shops at Essence a lot? And based on your own personal situation, have you chosen to pull back on shopping on there, or have you actually increased your shopping? If you live in like the local area, like right on the border of Canada, it might behoove you to just drive across the border to be able to pick up the items there if you can. Like, it really, that may be the move for you, depending on where you are, right? Like, I have family in the Detroit area, so it would, if I happen to be visiting them, it may behoove me to just cross the border and go pick something up. But again, like, I just haven't been in a space where I'm buying essentials. That was the main thing that I bought on Essence when I was shopping on there, as just a regular consumer. I just haven't. Like, the items that I've been seeing from Jerry, I know he just did a campaign and it certainly has the entire belly aesthetic to it. So it's taking it back. But like, I also saw Joe Freshgoods do that, and candidly, I really think it worked well for what Joe did versus this. This just, I don't know that this is in alignment with what I think of with like an essentials drop. And you can comment your thoughts below on that. Again, everything won't be for everybody. It is his marketing vision that he wants to execute. It's not going to appeal to everybody. Not that I dislike it. I just don't see the alignment with like Fear of God, essentials, and Belly is the movie, especially if you know what the movie was about. If you don't, then this may not even make sense. But yeah, I have, and I might do a follow-up video once I'm actually home of the items I have, like I still have. And I'm still up in the air of what I'll continue to keep as we get through this fall and winter season, because I didn't wear certain things like I thought I would last fall and winter. And so now as we're approaching this next season, it's kind of like do I keep selling these items? Do I give them my niece and nephew because they're still wearing it? What will be the final count of things that I keep? I just recently sold, you guys always saw the video, I let go of the Fear of God one in black and white. That was a grail pair. I'm content with that. I also let go of the black nylon track jacket, if you guys remember that. Recently sold that on Poshmark, and I sell things for the low, honestly, to get them gone and make space. I'm not wearing them. What do I care at this point? And I still have quite a few sets. It's like the exclusive sets that were on Mr. Porter, that were on Essence. I've gotten rid of a lot of the crew neck sweatshirts that I have. yeah, I've gotten rid of so much. So I'll do a video just to say, like, hey, this is what I still have. If you're still heavily buying, then of course, like, you guys can, still watch some of your favorite YouTubers that do videos and reviews and sizing on them, because they are always really helpful. So again, go and support them. Just because I may not be making that content doesn't mean there isn't good content out there for you. But comment your thoughts below on Essence, trying to fight this bankruptcy and the sale, and then also just some of the effects that, again, changes in the global market are having on fashion retailers and more. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.